Hello friends, welcome to GL University Mathura. Today we are here to discuss past tense in English, and there are some basic sets and some basic rules of past tense. For example, there are four types of expression in past tense, that is past simple or past indefinite tense. Second is past continuous, this is also known as past progressive tense, past perfect and past perfect continuous tense. Hey friends, when you have to say something, when you have to share something, an action that was just took place last days, just took place before 2 years, but you are not sure that it was completed or it was just in a way of process. So you need to express yourself. It means you want to express yourself in past indefinite tense. Past indefinite tense, it means that there are different sets of expression, like you are saying yes, you are saying no, you are asking questions, because you have different moods. So when you are saying yes, when you are giving your positive note, then it is affirmative. And in past indefinite tense, there is a basic pattern to follow for expressing yourself in past indefinite tense. Like there is subject, there is second form of the verb, and next is object, and adding part is you can mention time. So you just look at this sentence. Dinesh completed his work yesterday. Now who is Dinesh? Dinesh is the subject. What is complete? What is completed? This is the second form of the complete. What is his work is the object, and what is yesterday? This is the time. So you are learning to express yourself in the proper way in past tense. So a thing that was done, a action that was taken place, but the state of its completion or progress is not sure, then you use such expression. I mean, you use such structure: subject, second form, and object plus time. Now suppose that you don't agree with something, suppose that you have to say no in the same sentence, then there is different set of expressions, that is subject, did not, and one basic thing, that the first form of the verb, did not, you cannot use second form of the verb and then object and time. You see this sentence, what is this? Dinesh did not complete his work yesterday. Now you are just giving a negative view, you are just expressing yourself in negation and using this specific form of did not, and with the usage of did not, you are using first form of the verb with the subject. So the sentence is Dinesh did not complete his work yesterday, with the pattern or with the structure: subject, did not, first form of the verb, object plus time. As I said that you may have some doubt, you may ask some questions, and when you are asking questions, then what is this? You are interrogating. It means in grammar, in English, especially in past tense, it is known as interrogative form of the sentence in past indefinite. Just focus on this sentence. Did Dinesh complete his work yesterday? Recognize what is did. This is the helping verb, and Dinesh is the subject. Complete is the first form of the verb. His work is the object, and yesterday is time. So basic structure to interrogate, basic structure for asking a question in past indefinite tense is that there may be did, subject, first form of the subject, object, and yesterday. So this was all about past indefinite tense. Now move towards past continuous tense. Why it is past continuous tense? It means there was some action in past that was continued, it was not completed. So you have to mention that particular action. So you have to follow this way, you have to follow this rule for expressing yourself in past tense. The rule is subject, was verb, not ing form of the verb, object, and there may be one concept of time. Why it is not? Because if you have to mention yourself in negative, as I have told you in past indefinite form, then you can use that particular not. Now move towards the sentence. The sentence is, he was reading a novel study. So this is in the positive form. This is affirmative sentence excluding the not. But if you add not, then you can convert it simply in negative form. Like, he was not reading a novel study. It means in continuous form, in past continuous, you are adding just not after was or were. There may be a question there where you can use were. Simple. You add different form of the subject, like plural form, they. Same can be done, they were not reading a novel study. Condition is there, you can understand, need not to explain that. Interrogative sentences has different patterns, like there is was, that is the helping verb, it may also be verb, then subject, reading a novel. Reading is ing form of the ing form of the verb, a novel is object, and yesterday is time. So by following this pattern, you can ask a question in past continuous tense. Move towards next slide, that is past perfect tense. If I say something perfect, then what does it mean? It means there is no scope for confusion. There is something that is completed. So one act or action that is completed in past, and you have to share it to your friends. If you have to write it somewhere, then how shall you write? Well, you can write it, you can speak it by following this structure, and the structure is subject had. Please focus on had. Why I say? Because this is a specific form. In present tense, you have to use has or had, but in past tense, there is only thing that is had. This is the specific form of past perfect tense. Then third form of the verb, object and time. Now look at this sentence. He had received his joining letter last week. Now he is the subject, had is the helping verb, received is the main verb and third form of the receive, and his joining letter is the object, and last week is the timing. So following the proper set of the rules, that is subject, had, third form of the verb, object and the time, you can speak, you can mention the past thing that is completed. Now there is one thing, not. So by adding not, you can speak it same sentence, you can express same expression in negative form. So simple, he had not means you are saying something in negative. Now I'm not going to explain anything, just see that sentence. Had he received his joining letter last week? What is this? Is it negative? Is it indefinite? No. Good. This is interrogative because there is a question, and as we have followed rule in past indefinite and continuous, the rule is same, that had, it means there is usage of the verb, then subject, third form of the verb, then joining letter like object, and the mentioning of the time is there. So had he received his joining letter last week, it means you are following the basic set of the pattern to ask a question. Now move on the last sentence, when had he received his joining letter? This is something when you use WS form of the question, like what, when, why. So when you add this form of the question, then you have to just put W form of the verb, WS form of the verb, that is what, when and why. Putting it there, you can ask in that form, like WS form of the verb, had, subject, received, it means third form of the verb, his joining letter, it means the object, and you can also mention time, it may be last week or yesterday. So this was the condition when you have to speak something in past perfect tense. Now, the next slide is the past perfect continuous tense. Why it is past perfect continuous tense? There is perfection, there is also continuation. It means a task or action was started but it was not completed then. It was also continued there. So the sense of continuation is there, though the task was started, but the sense of completion is not there. That's why it is said past perfect continuous tense. And for expressing these type of emotions, you need a basic set of structure, that is subject, had been, ing form of the verb, object plus since, for plus time. Before explaining anything, before giving any example, I would like to explain this since and for. Where shall you add since and where you can use for? For adding since, you need a certain time. It means point of time. When the time is exact, when there is no confusion in time, then you can add since. But when there is period of time, there is no set, there is no exactness in time, then you can use for with the sentence. For an example, just see the sentence. The student had been performing folk dance since 7 o'clock. You see that this sentence is following this pattern. Like the students, they are subject. Now had been, performing is the ing form of the verb. Folk dance is the object. Then since 7 o'clock. Why there is since? Because 7 o'clock is definite. This is point of time. Suppose that if there were 4 o'clock, it was also a point of time. But if there is 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, then there is no set of times. Like in another sentence. The second sentence is Gobind had been writing a novel for 1 month or 1 year. Here you see that the structure is followed, but there is for, because time is a period. It is not certain. One specific thing that I would like to denote here, one specific variation that I would like to mention here. You see that there are students. Is it plural or singular? It's plural, and it is had been. There is subject Gobind. Is it plural or singular? Is it plural? No, it's singular. But there is also had been. In past tense, there is no had, there is no has. There is one thing, that is had. So subject may be plural or singular. You have to use had been in past perfect continuous tense. And the last sentence is in the form of the interrogation when you have to ask question. That is, had the student been performing folk dance since 7 o'clock? It means had is used as the helping verb, the student, then subject, been, after that performing is the ing form of the verb, folk dance is the object, since 7 o'clock. This is the mentioning of the time, that is point of time. Suppose that instead of 7 o'clock, if there is 1 month, 2 month, 4 hour, then shall you put since? No, we have to put for, because this is period of time. So this is all about when you are discussing about the past tense. I just recap for 1 minute. You see that there is one action that you have to express, and it was done. If it is not definite, it was done, then you use past indefinite form. Suppose that there is one action that was continued in past form, or 2 days before, or 1 day before, then you use past continuous. Suppose that there is one action that is completed without any confusion, then you use past perfect form. And if there is any action that was completed, that was started but not completed, it was continued, then you use past perfect continuous tense. So this is all about the past tense. Thank you so much for your time.